In this video, we go over 5 great items under $1,500 for DJs and producers. Find out which ones those are coming up. Thank you for watching PDot TV, where you'll find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. Now let's get into the video. So first up, we have the Pioneer DJ XDJ 700. Now, one of these is $700, so for under $1,500, you get a pair of great media players. Now, these pretty much are like the baby brother of the top of the line CDJ 2000 Nexus 2s. You get that same touchscreen and pretty much the same interface. You are missing the cue points and the jogs a little bit smaller, but for a home setup, I think these are great. You save on space, as well as you can still practice your entire sets using the Rekordbox DJ method. Have everything on a USB stick that's been analyzed through Rekordbox DJ, plug it in, hook these two up via Cat 5 cable, and you're ready to go. And you can basically practice the same kind of set you would do in a full club setup and get that same exact feel. You get the same search functionality, like I said, the touchscreen with all the functions that come in that. So you have beat jump, you have the full search, you can make the waveform bigger or smaller. A lot of functionality for a really small price. So you can get a pair of these for less than one CDJ 2000 Nexus. So for an at-home setup, I think this is a great bargain. And if you're looking for media players and you're especially looking to get into Rekordbox DJ, definitely check out these XDJ 700s. Now on the turntable side of things, we have the brand new Denon DJ VL12 Primes. These are the turntable component of Denon DJ's new Prime series, and these things look like they're built like tanks. I haven't had the chance to go ahead and play with these in person yet. I'm waiting for a chance to actually do that. But if it's anything like the build quality of all the previous Denon gear, these things should be built to last. Also, I like the features that this turntable has. On top of being, you know, semi-designed around the handpin design, they took a lot of like nice modern design cues from the lit platter to the square start stop button to still maintaining that 45 adapter, so all those DJs that still use Novation dicers can still get down on those, but you still get things like up to plus 50 pitch, so you can get that ultra pitch for all my scratch heads out there that like scratching with ultra pitch records or like doing routines with those. And like I said, the handpin design is already been tried and tested and built to last. And another thing I really like about these is that they have the power plug and the RCAs on the back. So these are really set up to be set up for battle style. So not your usual, you know, pitch fader on your right side, but pitch fader at the top of the deck, just like how you see it set up in most DJ booths. It's a shame that more manufacturers don't put the plugs on the top, just like you would see it on the back of a CDJ. So it makes it a lot easier to plug in and plug out and switch things out real easy, and kind of keeps things more aligned with the rest of your setup, or the rest of your modern setup, I should say. So if you're looking for some new turntables and you want something that's a little bit more modern, has a little bit more pizzazz and flash, definitely check out these Denon DJ VL12 Primes. Now, a few days ago, it was August 8th, otherwise known as 808 Day. In kind of celebration with that, on top of being a great piece of gear, we have the Roland DJ 808 DJ controller for Serato DJ. Not only is this a really great Serato DJ controller with some of the most responsive platters on the market right now, but you also get a slimmed down 808 on top of the actual controller that's built in and that can sync to whatever you're playing. So not only is this a DJ controller, but I've mentioned before that you can use this as a piece of studio gear too. So you get the actual 808 sounds that you would find on the other Roland IRA products. So to have those actual sounds, those analog modeled sounds in a DJ controller that you can actually sequence and sync to whatever you're playing in Serato DJ takes DJing to another level of performance, and you can actually add in a lot more creativity with that. So not only do you get those 808 sounds, but you're also able to sequence the Serato sampler as well using the sequencer that's built into the Roland DJ 808 as well. So if you're looking for not only a DJ controller that has 2 USB ports, so it makes it easy for switch out, but you're also looking for something that you can use in the studio as well, I think this is your top pick. You get great analog modeled drum sounds as well as a top-notch DJ controller. Now, to keep in the theme of the Roland IRA series, we have the Roland System 8 plug-out synthesizer. Now, I'm really high on this synthesizer because there's a Juno 106 plug-out coming soon. Now, if you're not familiar with the whole plug-out concept, it's basically like taking a VST that you would use on your computer and downloading it into the actual keyboard. So we saw this with the System 1. You saw things like the SH101 but now you can get a whole Juno 106 in the keyboard and have full controls with one-to-one controls as well. So you can actually change and modify the synth on the actual hardware, and you don't need to be plugged into the computer to access these different synthesizers. And what's cool about that is you get the actual System 8 synth, which is its own synth by itself, but with plug out you can download different synthesizers and plug them into the actual hardware. So the example I had with the Juno 106, you can actually plug in other plug out synthesizers as well, such as the Jupiter 8. So not only do you get the actual System 8 synthesizer, but you have the ability to expand to multiple different kinds of analog type synthesizers all in one unit. And it's not going to cost you the cost of actually buying more than one keyboard, which is crucial for people that are kind of staying on a budget but still want top-notch hardware. So if that sounds like you should definitely check this one out. And last up, we have my favorite way to control Ableton Live. This is the Ableton Live Push. This takes the Ableton Live experience to the next level. I mean, this really changed the way I use Ableton Live and made me so much more creative. The possibilities with this thing are almost endless. And the update from the Push 1 to the Push 2 was tremendous as well. It was definitely worth the upgrade and the extra money to get the features that you get on the new Push 2. That new screen and the ability to chop samples really in depth and at a really HD view on that actual screen is so much better than the screen that you had on the original Push. On top of that, the pads are better, the overall layout of the actual Push is better, and just overall, if you're using Ableton Live and you don't have a Push, you're definitely missing out. I can say that wholeheartedly with no hesitation. It's a completely different experience to have a Push if you're making beats in Ableton compared to not having one and using different pieces of hardware. Yeah, you can get along with those other pieces of hardware, maybe you like keyboards and stuff like that, but the Push, not only are you able to use the pads and do chords and stuff, but just the overall control you get from the software. To have a controller that's made by the actual manufacturer and creator of the software, you know the integration is going to be super tight. And the Ableton Push 2 does not disappoint. And of course, to use the Ableton Push, you're going to need Ableton Live. And if you're going to have Ableton Live, you should have the Ableton Live suite. Now, I know it's pretty expensive as far as software goes. For about $1,500, the Push 2 and the Ableton Live suite is a steal in my opinion. The things you can do with the software and the hardware are just tremendous. It's been the way that I've been working for years now and the way that I'll continue to work. I can't go back to other softwares. It's just the flexibility that you get in Ableton Live is second to none. So if you're looking into making beats, or if you're looking to make DJ edits to have your own style and have your own custom tracks that no one else is going to have, Ableton Live is definitely the way to go. So that's a look at 5 great items under $1,500 for DJs and producers. If you're interested in purchasing any of those, links can be found down below in the description. And as always, if you found this video useful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click right here to subscribe to this channel. Or if you'd like to watch more content, go ahead and click on that video right there. And thank you for watching PDot TV, where you find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. See you next time.